assault on college campuses just because it's something that I'm passionate about raising awareness for, because I feel like not many people come into contact with it. Ironically, I didn't know this when I was deciding on the topic, but April is actually Sexual Assault Awareness Month, so I'm hoping that this presentation does some justice and brings awareness to it. Sexual assault is actually defined as any type of sexual activity or contact that is not consented to, whether it be through physical force, threats, or drugs and alcohol. Some stats on this are about 1 out of 5 women and 1 out of 16 men are assaulted during their college career. And more than 90% of victims don't report the sexual assault happening, so it makes it the most underreported crime. In his book, Missoula, Jon Krakauer states that for the years of 1995 to 2013, women from the ages of 18 to 24 had the highest rate of rape and sexual victimizations compared to any other age groups. There are some specifics to this, such as race, sexuality, and involvement. Example would be Black women are at a higher risk than Asian women, bisexual women more than heterosexual women, and women in sororities more than women who aren't. 15% of men in college are victims of sexual assault, and 35% of these 15% of men report having PTSD from it, which is super understandable. In the year 2014, 100 campuses and universities report having at least 10 reports of rape on their main campuses. In the same year, Brown University and the University of Connecticut tied for the most, with 43 reports of rape on their campuses. These are the percentages of who assaulters are, and if they were forced against their will or if they were incapacitated. As you can see, the highest percentages are from friends and acquaintances while being incapacitated. Drugs and alcohol can be a way of incapacitation. As you can see here, most people slip what is considered the date rape drug into an alcoholic beverage because it's a lot less noticeable. At least half of sexual assaults on college campuses and universities involve alcohol. 1/3 of the time, the aggressor is intoxicated, and 43% of the time, the victim is intoxicated. You may be familiar with some sexual assault cases, such as Beckett Brennan. She was the victim of her assault. She was a basketball player at the University of the Pacific who was raped by 3 male basketball players after getting intoxicated at a party. Brock Turner's case is a lot more known in the media. He was a swimmer at Stanford University, and he was the assaulter in this case who assaulted a woman behind a dumpster while being intoxicated after a party. There are many effects that come from sexual assault, such as mental health issues, coming into contact with your attacker, struggling academically, and possibly dropping out of college altogether. Raising awareness is super important, and I feel like 13 Reasons Why does a great job of that, so we should.
When I opened my eyes, I was alone in the hot tub with him. There was, the way he looked at me, there was something in his eyes, and I was afraid.
13 Reasons Why is very popular on Netflix, and it brings awareness of the effects of sexual assault and showing that like it actually does happen. It's not something that you just see on the news every once in a while, and that others around you should be aware. Another way of awareness that is being spread is the Me Too movement represented in this picture of women just gathering and spreading awareness. The movement is a movement against sexual harassment and assault, which is women, they're coming together from all over just to bring awareness, whether they're survivors of sexual assault or just women wanting to be advocates for it and empathize with each other. Sometimes victims are scared to speak out, whether it be from being afraid or the embarrassment of it, or just simply struggling with it altogether. But if you or someone you know has been a victim of sexual assault and they want to speak out about it, the National Sexual Assault Hotline is 800-656-4673, and the phone calls are completely confidential, so you don't have to worry about everybody knowing your business.